Everyone, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Kathie, and today we're having a pantry clean out day. My goal this year was to use up things that I had in my pantry and my freezer because I knew I had some things that have been in there a while. And in fact, I keep a lot of my box mixes in the freezer because I don't use them as much. So today I had 1 pound of ground beef. And I went ahead and browned it. Now, when I browned it, I forgot to get these out. When I browned it, should have had these out already. When I was browning, I put a little bit of our truffle oil. See, I was not prepared at all. I put about a tablespoon of truffle oil in the bottom of our Brilliance weeknight skillet. Let it heat up, and then I put my pound of ground beef in there. I used 3 tablespoons of our French onion dip, and I think I said a teaspoon of the black truffle and herb on top of the meat. Used my mix and chop, mixed it up, browned it, and then drained it. While it was draining, I put about 2 cups of beef broth. Now, when I say beef broth, this was beef broth that I had used to make, to shred meat. Like I put some pork or some beef roast in the multi-cooker, and so I could shred it. So I had drained it, and I always save any of my broth, any of my cooking juices from my multi-cooker or anything like that. So I had it in the freezer, and it was about 2 cups. So I put it in the bottom of my weeknight skillet after I drained or took the meat out, and I added about 1/4 cup of flour, made a roux, added 1/2 cup of milk, mixed it all up, got a really good roux in there. I added my pasta that I had pre-boiled, and I did a rough boil on it. It was only in there for about 3 minutes, and then I drained it, and I put it in with the meat. And I let it sit, and that's a little hot still. Let it sit and simmer in the gravy, the roux that I made. And then I added about 1 cup to 2 cups of mozzarella cheese. Just let it melt on top. And I have an easy hamburger helper. And the only thing that really came from a box is the pasta itself. I used all of our seasonings, and it took about a half hour to make total, but we have a nice pot of, and this was 1 pound of hamburger, and this is a 12-ounce box of pasta. So you could use any pasta. It's just I had some penne pasta in the freezer, and like I said, I keep all my box pastas in the freezer. We live out in the country, so we don't keep a lot of things in the cabinet. I keep a lot of things in the freezer just because you never know. Living out in the country, you do get a little bit of pest every once in a while in the house. So I keep all of my pasta in the freezer, unless it's in a jar on my cabinet. But any boxes I keep in the freezer. I keep things in the refrigerator. I have an extra freezer and refrigerator downstairs. So I just have this all made up, and this is going, for Darren and I, that's way too much. So we'll eat supper tonight, and then I have Arthur the rest of the week, so I can put it in some containers for Arthur and I to have for lunch this week. And then anything that's left over I can put in the freezer for a warm-up quick meal when it's just Darren or one of us home and we need a quick meal for lunch or supper. So I just wanted to share that with you. Cooking doesn't have to be elaborate. Cooking doesn't have to be, you spend a lot of money. We're talking, probably the most expensive thing was my beef. And I got it on clearance. So, I'm always looking at those reduced for quick sales, and I bring them home and I freeze them. So, in fact, I was able to get, I think they were 2.5 pound packages, and for like $4 at the local grocery store, and I brought them home. We split them in half, put them in Ziplocs, and freezer saved them. And so We're going to have, I've warmed up some green beans. So we have a nice little meal. It's probably going to last us at least 2 or 3 meals. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, quick, I put what I used in the comments. It wasn't a write down recipe or anything. I was just tossing things in as I wanted to and tasting as I went. So I hope you guys have a great night, and let me know what you think. Happy cooking.